Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and this is going to be a bonus video for one of these days. I wanted to show you how I color or dye the perforated paper with Distress inks. Now, I demonstrated this in a previous video when I was trying out a whole bunch of stuff. Let me try to turn the light on and see if that will... Okay, I mean, there's going to be shadows. That's what I didn't want, but we'll do this. That's fine. Okay. So what I did was I pulled out a bunch of the inks that I am going to try and see what the colors are. So I'm dyeing paper or coloring paper for this. This is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery's Autumn Harvest Festival. And the fabric they use is Picture This Plus Ale, which is like different shades of brown. So, you know, like ale as in beer. So the ones I pulled out, Rusty Hinge, Old Paper, Antique Linen, which I don't think is going to be right, so I'm going to put that one to the side, Walnut Stain, Vintage Photo, Tea Dye, and Wild Honey. Now, I don't know what these colors look like, so what I did was, first off, when I do this, I put down a trash bag or a piece of plastic to protect the table. Now the table, the mat, the dye wipes up pretty quick, but why would I if I don't have to, right? I also always wear latex gloves only because the dye will get on your hands. You don't want it on your hands. And I have a whole box of these, so I can easily just throw these away. Plus you will see I kind of wipe the dye on the paper when it's on there, and it kind of blends it, which is awesome. So I have some paper towels here because I want to spray some of these and see this old paper. This looks really dark. Yeah, you're supposed to shake it side to side like this so the ball doesn't get stuck up there. So I bought these because I'm trying to get the whole collection. And I buy them from Ranger Ink when they have a sale. They just had a 30% off sale, so I bought probably 15 of them. All right, let's see what old paper looks like. That's not going to be the color I want. That's like, no. Okay. Let's try Wild Honey. I think that's actually going to be too dark. That's more of a orange, okay? Maybe I should have kept Antique Linen, but it looks too close to... You know what? We're gonna try that one. Really, I just want like 3 different colors. That's what I try to get. I try to get a light, a medium, a dark. Okay, here's Rusty Hinge. This is probably going to be more orangey though, too. Yeah, that's way too dark. I don't need something that dark. All right, I also have, I think these might work though. Let's do the Antique Linen and see what, I gotta mix this one up. Oh, the lid's coming off. Yeah, I really, really love these inks. I mean, you guys saw the purple paper that I did, and it turned out so good. Now, it took me, I don't want to say wasted, but I ruined like 2 pieces of paper trying to, and I think that's sufficiently mixed up, 2 pieces of paper trying to get the perfect shade on that. So it's not like usually a one and done, as you'll see. You know what, we're gonna put that to the side. I pulled out a bunch of paper towels just because they're easy to just throw away. Okay, that's a definite contender for sure. All right, we're gonna set that to the side. This one is Vintage Photo. It's still not mixed up enough. Let's mix it a little bit more. See, when you can see, I mean, the colors have to be together, right? You can still see a little bit of the light color on the bottom. Now, I want to preface all of this by saying I am not a professional. This is just something I have tried and liked. My method may not be the best method, and it's not the only method for sure, but it is what, how I like to do it. Okay, this is Vintage Photo, so let's see. Oh, that's dark. But that may be, that is, let's see what it, yeah, that's dark. Might be too dark. The antique linen is definitely number one. Let's try this Walnut Stain. And you know, I might use a little bit of the wild honey. I don't know. I mean, you saw what the cover looked like. All right, so Walnut Stain. Now this is going to be dark, I'm guessing. That's even darker than that. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's pull out the wild honey again. Yeah, that one I'm going to keep to the side because that might work with that. Okay. And then we're going to try this antique linen one. I may need to get to pause it. There was a color I was going to use called Faded Brick, and I thought it was too red. We're going to see. I pulled the wrong one. That's antique linen. This is tea dye. Let's see what the tea dye looks like. Because a little bit of pink in it might not be a bad thing. Okay, let's see what, I think this one's going to look good. Yeah, those two might, these might be it. Vintage Photo, was that the one that I said? It was too dark, right? It looks really dark. Here, let's see. Yeah, that's too dark. Okay, I'm going to pause and I'm going to get out the Faded Brick and we're going to see what that looks like. Okay, mind you, I don't have all the colors yet. There are still probably 25 of them that I don't have. So, okay, so this is called Fired Brick. Let's see what this looks like. No, that's not the right shade. All right, let's spray these three again and see. This is the antique linen. This is the tea dye. That's definitely going to look good, I think. And then this is the wild honey. I don't know if that's too dark. That might be too dark because there's like some oranges. I need a dark color though. I think I'm definitely going to use the tea dye and the antique linen. I need like a, yeah, and that rusty hinge was way too dark, wasn't it? Yeah, that's even darker than the honey. I might be able to make the wild honey work. I think we're going to try it. So the three colors, antique linen, tea dye, and wild honey. There's another color. Let me get it. It was called Tattered Rose. Now this is a really light color though, so I didn't know if it was going to be too light. Because remember, I'm already coloring white paper. Now, and obviously these dyes, they're going to show the brightest on white paper. This might work though. And the darker color, the darkest color might be the tea dyed. Let's see. That's very close to this one. the antique linen. Okay, I'm gonna pause here and get some more paper towels and we're gonna play more with this. All right, so let's try the Tattered Rose. That actually is really pretty. The antique linen. And the tea dyed. Yeah, I think that's going to work because the tea dyed will be the darkest color. The antique linen will be the medium color. And the Tattered Rose will be the lightest color. I think that's going to look good. It's hard to really tell. Because, yeah, I think this would be way too dark. The wild honey. Spray the wild honey at the bottom. I don't know. That might give it something. Okay. What size paper do I even need for this? Because I hate to, let's say, I don't know, it's 78 by 102. So I definitely do not need an entire piece of paper on it. But I will do it anyway, and then we're going to try that wild honey as like the fourth color down there. Okay. So the first color was Tattered Rose. Now, the method that I use, like I said, I'm not a professional. This is not, there are another method could be good. What I do is I take all the caps off because I like to kind of work quick while the ink is still wet. And I always start lightest, medium, dark. And then I will take my hand, and you're going to see that. That is a really pretty color. And I just go to town here. See, if you rub it, it like smooths out. Now it got that on there though. See, I probably already ruined that. Like I said, this is not a perfect exact science. I'm going to spray this on the bottom because I'm really curious what this is going to look like. I think once that dries, that wild honey will look good. But see, like this paper, like I'm not going to be able to use it. I'm just playing now with it to see how I can get it. And yeah, I might be able to use this, no lie. Now that I've like really rubbed my hand on it. Let me just take the paper towel away. And let's spray the See, there's the problem. The problem is it's on my gloves. Oh my God. Yeah, the issue is it gets on my gloves, and then when I rub it, it gets there. So, okay, I kind of like that like color scheme with the wild honey at the bottom. I'm going to get another piece of paper though. Let's just play with and seeing how that works. Okay, it makes it look kind of... I need to get paper towels. I need to get paper towels so I can wipe my gloves off. Okay, I'm going to pause. Okay, and like I said, this is not a perfect method. It is not probably the only method to do this. Okay, let's try this again, see if I can get it. That actually doesn't look bad. What I just have to do is try to get some more of the color up top and get it more blended here on the bottom, and I just fucking touched my hand on it. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to have a couple pairs of gloves, because what's going to happen is when I rub it, it's not, I'm rubbing the ink from down here on it. See how I just did that too? I'm rubbing the wild honey in spots where I don't want it. And I know there's some of you out there probably screaming at me like there's a different way to do it. Okay, I'm gonna pause for 1 second. Okay, I also never said this video was going to be perfect. I have new gloves. I'm gonna wipe them off in between on the paper towel. All right, let's try this again. Luckily, I bought a shit ton of paper, so I have a ton of the 18 count paper. See, I wiped my glove off in between rubbing that, and that worked. Because what it's doing is it's picking up. Let me make sure I'm not getting it on that glove. It's picking up the excess dye. I kind of got that smeared up there. Let me try. And I just got my hand on it again. I cannot believe it. I'm gonna figure this out eventually for sure. It wasn't this difficult with the purple paper. The purple paper, I had it done within like, it was quick. I actually did that one pretty quick. I need a shit ton of paper towels, I know that, or I need a cloth or something. And luckily, like I said, when the ink is still wet, you're still able to manipulate it somewhat on the paper. And I know some of you don't mind like that mottled look, you know what I mean? I like it to look blended and smooth. That doesn't look bad, but I got fingerprints in it. So the color scheme though, it looks pretty cool. I know it's hard for you to tell in the viewfinder though, but I got too much fingerprints and stuff on it, where I don't know if I can fix that by just spraying more ink on it. I probably can just make it look somewhat mottled, you know what I mean? But see, I want it perfect, which is the problem. I want the paper perfect. And that's definitely not perfect. Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time. And I'm gonna go downstairs and we have utility towels. I'm gonna get one of them to wipe my gloves off. So I'm gonna pause and we're gonna try this one more time and we're gonna hope it works. Okay, I have utility towels so I can wipe off my gloves in between spraying. This is definitely not easy to get it like perfect. Like I want it perfect. And so it definitely, like I said, I ruined 3 or 4 pieces of paper when I did the purple one. And that's okay. I mean, I'm not worried about ruining the paper per se. Like I said, I got a ton of it. All right. Okay, this one is definitely better, but it still has like the splatter marks on the bottom. So I'm gonna try to that was the tea dye, right? Yeah. Just going to town on this. This one looks good. I'm liking this one. I think this one's going to be the winner. Definitely. I know it's hard for you guys to see it, but it's looking pretty good. Let me spray some more up here. And like I said, I'm not even going to need this whole piece of paper. So yeah, I'm not even going to need this whole piece of paper. So I'll be trimming like around the outside of it. That actually looks pretty cool. I really like that tea dyed color. And the wild honey, that one definitely gives it some. Okay, that's all the wild honey I'm spraying. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. I think I'm going to go with that. Let me try to get it smooth here on the bottom. And like I said, I kind of like to work quick while the ink is still wet. I'm going to spray the tea dye here at the bottom. I'm trying to get those like dot marks out of. Okay, I think that looks good. I think I'm happy with that. Let me try to put this, I'm going to remove the trash bag. I'm going to try to get closer. Maybe I'll even turn the light off above. That may give it a better view of it. I'm going to pause 1 second. Okay, it is not showing up accurately at all, the color-wise. It looks so much more tan and brown than this is showing. Maybe if I show it in a video, it'll be better. I turned my light off. Let me see if my flash will give it. You can kind of see when I turn the flash on, but it's so pretty. It's very pretty. It's nice and subtle, nice shades of tan and brown. And I mean, ultimately, when you do this, obviously you want the stitching to come through, not your paper or fabric. So I'm very careful now, but I think, I mean, this is the paper. That's the fabric that they used. And then this is my paper. I think that looks pretty close to it, don't you? I do. So I know this video wasn't perfect and I was fumbling in places, but this is the process. I mean, it takes me a while to do one piece of paper. So for sure, I'm going to be stitching this, because to go through all this and ruin essentially 2 other pieces of paper, I don't want to just let this sit and not stitch on it. Do you know what I mean? So I hope this helped those who wanted to see how I did it. When I go to do another piece with different colors, maybe I'll film it again to show you guys. I wish I would have shown you the purple one, because that one this turned out good though. I'm impressed by this finally after I did it. But if you have any questions, as always, please leave them in the comments section below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.